State 27-6 in any time Michigan team beats MSU. It's a big, big victory, isn't it?
It really is, Jim, and an exciting game, and a big one for us because not only beating Michigan State, but I think we got a little better handle on our team, feel a little better about ourselves, particularly our defense. I think they gained confidence in this game.
Without a doubt. Best defensive performance of the year, I think.
No question about it. Probably overall our best game. And so it was a great win.
There was so much emotion going into this particular game, this 1986 version. Why do you think that was? Because Michigan State was considered a real good one?
I think they are. I think they're a real good football team and a great defense, an offense with some real weapons. And everybody thought it would be, you know, pretty much an even game. And fortunately, we played our best game. They had a few mistakes and turnovers that helped us, and we won. Offensively,
you ran the ball extremely well in that first series, which I think was a surprise because they're geared to stop the run.
Right. That defense is tough to run against. There's no question about it. Wilshire ripped off 9 yards on the first play. This is Jim throwing out of the wishbone to John Colasar in a big play in the seam.
And that's a new wrinkle.
Well, we've used the wishbone, but we split both ends and used it both rushing and passing. Here, Thomas Wilshire makes a 9-yard run, and Tom's really helped us in the last couple of games. But we got stopped down there, went to the field goal and kicked it, so our first drive, we moved well enough to get into scoring position and get a 3-point lead.
And another key, the defense came out right away, stopped them, you get the ball back.
We get the ball back real quick. This is a 3rd down and 8 situation. Jim throws across the middle to Kenny Higgins for a first down. And we've done a pretty good job so far moving the football in the first half. This is the option play for first down. Jim keeps it and goes for a first down. I thought the ball was down here. I think they called it a fumble, but it looked like it was down at the time. It didn't make any difference because we recovered. Here he hits Brown over the middle, our fine tight end, for a big gain, and we're down to 23-yard line again and moving. Option play again, and particularly early, the option play out of the 2 split receivers and the wishbone had really helped us. Here is the play. Doesn't look like a good play, and Jim, frankly, it isn't.
That one you didn't drop on.
We had a back go the wrong way, and Jim, we blocked it pretty well on the goal line, so he was able to get in for the touchdown, but that was a mistake. Here, John Willingham sacks the passer, forces a fumble. I thought our defense put pressure on the passer, and that was the key to the game, Jim. Because they couldn't get the ball to their fine receivers, decided because of the pressure to stay more in a rushing game, and really from the time that we got on top, that was to our benefit.
What do you think of that 86-yard kick?
Now that's what I call a punt. I kicked that
and
ball
that's an understatement.
Yes, it was. Here's Jim's worst play of the game.
Maybe of the year, huh?
Well, there was one in the Oregon State game that was as bad, but that would rank. That play would rank. But fortunately, the defense stopped them, and they kicked the field goal, made the score 10-3 Michigan.
At that point, you got to be thinking, well, we made a mistake, and kind of let them back in it. But then you get another big play.
This is the big play. David Arnold, the best punt blocker I've had, blocks a punt, and we get the ball down in there close. And this is the most disappointing point in the game because with the first down, the 5-yard line, we failed to get a touchdown, Jim, and had to go to the field goal to lead 13-3. That was very, very disappointing.
At 13-3, having blocked the kick, second time in 2 years you've blocked the kick against Michigan State, a punt. What did you think? Did you think that was going to be open for you? Well,
you know, you always, when you put a punt block on, think you might have a chance. That was a half punt block and half return. And things worked out when we got in there. And David Arnold has the knack of laying out the right time and the right position. And that's about his 4th or 5th punt block since he's been there, and he's only a sophomore.
Coming up, the second half, and the defense takes control when Michigan replay continues.
The quickness the defensive line has, we were able to beat them quickly around the outside and inside. The spark was lit today. Today was perfect. That is the Michigan defense we wanted to play all year long. It's not going to go away. It's here to stay.
Back right away, so I could get by him. But then Jim pump faked a little bit and hung up in the air a little bit, and I just had to jump up for it, and came down with it. Luckily, we could big third down play, we get big turnover when we need it. I don't know, this might be the team, but like there's someone up there's on our side right now, and that's us.
Somebody up there certainly likes Michigan today, like John Kolesar, but at 13-3 at halftime, and they had just stopped you after that big turnover on the block kick. I was wondering about a momentum switch there. Were you a little bit concerned going out the second half with that?
Well, I felt comfortable with our defense the way it was playing, and felt we could move the football well enough that we were going to get some more scores, but you never know. You play a team the caliber of Michigan State, anything can happen. They can put a couple touchdowns on the board real quick if you're not ready.
And their opening drive in the second half had to make you wonder a little bit.
Right. They moved the football real well in the third period. They ran the ball pretty well against us, which is kind of surprising that they went on the ground quite as much as they did. But they were, effective with it. Here they hurt us with the sweep, and they swept into the sideline there 2 or 3 times on us and got some yardage. Here's a 3rd down and 7. Play action fake in here, and we hit Dave Urema from behind, and he drops the ball, and we recover. Now, that was a key play, Jim, really.
Defense really is making the big plays again. They weren't getting those earlier.
No, that's right. Here's the power pitch sweep with Jamie Morris cutting inside and getting good yardage.
Is Jamie getting healthier? Is that knee getting a little better?
I think so. I don't say he's 100% right now, but I thought he ran pretty well in the game, and he'll be all right. Under a heavy blitz on the 3rd down and 6, and a great catch by Kenny Higgins, Harbaugh keeps the drive alive. And then here, you can see him pump off here and then come back to the post route over here. He threw the ball a little short, but fortunately Kolesar went up and got it. And that was a very, very big play to give us a 20-3 lead.
Talking about that, did you think you'd have some deep patterns open?
Well, you never know. If the safeties are support quickly, anything can happen, They come right back and hit Risen, their fine receiver, over the middle.
It's the only pass Risen or Ingram caught, and that was a key to the game.
That was a very key play. You would never expect that. They did hurt us with some delays involving the tight end, and those plays were effective against us. But the wide receivers really didn't get the yardage that we thought they would get, and I'm sure they anticipated they would get.
So you had to feel good about the defense taking them away, kind of.
Right. I thought that was very important. I think the pressure on the quarterback did that. Jim comes back again, throws in the seam down here for a big play to Kolesar to get us great field position in the 3rd period. 3rd down and 1, Jim runs the option, keeps it, gets us a 1st down.
The option really worked well in the beginning and late. In between, it was kind of spotty.
That's right. It wasn't always effective. Here is a bootleg off of a counter play, and threw the ball to Jeff Brown for a touchdown on a 1st down and 7 on the 7. And that gave us a 27-6 lead.
And then it was up to the defense once again.
The defense had to do it again. Here's that delay again to the tight end. And they ran that extremely well and hurt us several times with it. Once again, play action fake, and they come back over the middle and hit Boyer, the receiver, against the zone defense right in the hole. Very well executed play. 3rd down and 9. He fakes again, under pressure here, and loses the football there again. But boy, that pressure looked good for us. We hadn't been doing it.
Yeah. Do you think the pressure, and here's another sack coming
4th and 17, and Mark Mesner gets a big sack, and that's the last opportunity for them.
So Michigan defeats Michigan State 27-6, and now the Budweiser play of the game.
Well, Jim, this is 2nd down and 8. We're leading 13-3. You certainly need a cushion. You're not out of the game. Jim does a great job on the post route here, pump faking and then coming back, and Kolesar goes up and gets the ball. That gives us a 20-3 lead, and that makes it a lot more comfortable.
So Michigan defeats Michigan State. A lot of people are talking about Michigan State not having Lorenzo White in that game, and I'm not sure, after watching the way the defense played, that would have made much difference one way or the other. Do you?
Oh, it'd have made a difference, Jim. It doesn't mean they'd have won the game, no. But it would have made a difference. He's a great back, and he'd have made some plays, and really it's too bad he didn't get a chance to play. But I don't think that would have changed the outcome of the game, no. But, you do it takes something out. It takes something out of you mentally not to have a player of that caliber in your lineup. But you know, that's the way football is. You really don't have them ready to play all the time.
We talked a lot about the defense today, but I think also we ought to talk something about the offensive line. Being an old offensive lineman, I think they've done a good job this season, especially running the multiple offense you're now doing with the wishbone, the eye. You're doing all kinds of things, pass protection, rollouts, bootlegs. They've come on and done a good job, too, consistently.
No defensive front that we play this year puts more pressure on an offensive line than Michigan State. Their stunts and their games, their twists, their turns, you've got to be on the ball. I thought our offensive line did a good job in this game, and it's improving from week to week.
Talk to me about where you think this team is. At the top of the show, you said, okay, I think we're feeling a lot better about ourselves.
Jim.
I know you're 5-0, but I also know that you sit there and go 5-0, yeah, but I don't think we're good. Now, what do you think about this class?
Well, I think that we're getting better, and the key to our season is our defense improving, and this was a great game for them. I don't care how you add it up. I thought they played an outstanding football game against Michigan State, and it's made us a better team. Now, we'd like to pat each other on the back and say this is a great game and everything else. All of a sudden, Iowa's coming into town.
You're just never satisfied, and that's why
I'm never satisfied because I know there's a game coming up. Now, when the season's over and we win the last game, in an 8 situation, Jim throws across the middle to Kenny Higgins for a first down. And we've done a pretty good job so far moving the football in the first half. This is the option play for first down. Jim keeps it and goes for a first down. I thought the ball was down here. I think they called it a fumble, but it looked like it was down at the time. But didn't make any difference because we recovered. Here he hits Brown over the middle, our fine tight end, for a big game.
State 27-6, and anytime a Michigan team beats MSU, it's a big, big victory, isn't it?
It really is, Jim, and an exciting game, and a big one for us because not only beating Michigan State, but I think we got a little better handle on our team, feel a little better about ourselves, particularly our defense. I think they gained confidence in this game.
Without a doubt. Best defensive performance of the year, I think.
No question about it. We've used the wishbone, but we split both ends and used it both rushing and passing. Here, Thomas Wilshire makes a 9-yard run. And Tom's really helped us in the last couple of games. But we got stopped down there, went to the field goal and kicked it. So our first drive, we moved well enough to get into scoring position and get a 3-point lead.
And another key, the defense came out right away. Stop them, you get the ball back.
We get the ball back real quick. This is a third down. Probably overall our best game. And so it was a great win.
There was so much emotion going into this particular game, this 1986 version. Why do you think that was? Because Michigan State was considered a real good one?
I think they are. I think they're a real good football team and a great defense, an offense with some real weapons, and everybody thought it would be, you know, pretty much an even game. And fortunately, we played our best game. They had a few mistakes and turnovers that helped us, and we won. Offensively, you ran the ball extremely well in that first series, which I think was a surprise because they're geared to stop the run. Right. That defense is tough to run against. There's no question about it. Wilshire ripped off 9 yards on the first play. This is Jim throwing out of the wishbone to John Colasar in a big play right in the seam. And that's a new wrinkle.